Today I'm going to change the live well aerator pumps on this Ranger 395V inboard outboard. I recently purchased this boat off of Facebook Marketplace and I've been doing some work to it. I've got the engine out. I tested the live well pumps. I've got one live well pump that's not working, one that is working. I'm going to go ahead and change them both. On this particular boat, it's got the inboard engine. It's got a 350 Chevy that normally goes in there. And it's a lot easier to get to these live well pumps with the engine out. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting them changed out. If you're interested in where I got this product, if you're doing a similar project, look at the description. I'll have a link to the product in the description. Okay, what I've got here is a replacement motor cartridge for the Atwood Tsunami T500. And when I got these originally, I had ordered the whole pump and got the whole pump. I didn't realize that they sell just the cartridge replacement, which is really cool because the rest of it is just the hard plastic case, and your motor and everything is right here in the head. So that's one of the cool features about this Atwood Tsunami pump. So now I'm going to get started changing it out. And on these, they just have, you can press this red tab on the side in with your finger, and then you can twist it out and the pump will come out, and we'll pull it up here where it can be a little bit easier to work on. Use my wire clippers to cut this zip tie that's holding the wires down. Get that up out of the way. There we go. Now, okay, so we got our replacement pump, and then we're gonna install our new one. Get it installed in there. All right. So we got a good fit. So now we just want to go ahead and start wiring. So we're going to cut the old wires, starting one at a time. All right, now I like that. They gave me enough lead to actually work with on that wire. So we'll get that nice double-handed crimp. Now I'm going to pull on that. There, nice and tight. Now let's take our heat gun. When we're using this, you want to make sure to aim in a direction that you're not going to melt anything you don't want to. So we got the positive done. I put a little extra heat on that connector, and the reason is I've got a few of these fancier butt connectors, and they've actually got a little solder in the middle. So if you heat them up, that solder will melt on your wires and help give it a little extra strong connection there. good strong connection. Give it a nice crimp. Give those little wires a twist. Put them in there. And want to give them a crimp. Then again, we use our heat gun, directing that heat. And on this one, again, we want to melt the heat shrink and then also hit it a little bit right in the middle, melt that solder. All right, good connection. And then again, you want to think about when you're putting this down, where you put it. You want to put it somewhere you're not going to melt your carpet. Need to work on getting this other one changed out. Go ahead and press the button on it. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one installed. As you'll see here, I've got the entire pump. I purchased this one before I realized you could just buy the replacement head. So even though I bought the whole pump, I'm just gonna pull the head out and change that because there's no point in redoing all the plumbing. And again, push the button and just give it a twist. Great design. So, all right. And when I'm doing this, I like that they've got the wires. Actually, they give you enough length of wire. It's just perfect for putting your connectors on. So I definitely appreciate them for doing that. We'll go ahead and crimp down the positive wire and get one on the negative. Get them ready for the installation. I've already cut the wires and removed the old pump. So now we're ready just to get this new one installed and wired up. And you can see these wires are just kind of a rat's nest right now. After I get this wiring done, I'm planning on cleaning them up. And it's definitely, that's a perfect use of some zip ties, is to put those wires up, zip them up out of the way so they don't get tangled up in a mess. All right, we've got our positive there. We'll trim just a little bit more off. Give that wire a twist. And put it in there. In the butt connector. And give it a good crimp. Our positive. And then now for our negative. Now time to put some heat to the heat shrink. And now's a good time to neaten up these wires. All right, you can see you've got those wires cleaned up, looks a lot better. And it can get a little confusing when you're messing with wires and have the multiple wires. Just whenever I'm working with them, I just like to make sure that you're just doing one at a time, so that way you don't get them messed up. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to use any of this equipment that or parts that we're using, just look in the description and click the link. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe, and we've got more videos coming.